guys, how's it going? Hope you're having a good day. I'm coming to you from my home today, and it's cloudy out, so I don't know if the Wi-Fi is gonna keep working. So hopefully it does, and I can get through this without it crapping out on me. So my day's been pretty good. Taught an early morning class. I get to do cardio 6 days a week now, so I get to teach one class every day, Monday through Saturday, which is awesome. I'm very happy about that. Also went and I got my roots done, so my hair is all fresh. I'm telling you, your world will change once you dye your hair. I had no idea the upkeep on this, holy. But oh well, it was still fun. And I'm just at home and I'm hanging out. Hey Jesse, how's it going? And I thought I'd just do this from home rather than wait till I go back to the studio. Hi, Alex. And I will be going back to the studio. There's a 6 p.m. class I'm going to be teaching. So teaching off bike because I only get to do cardio once a day right now. So I'm going to talk about free weights versus machines. I've been a trainer for a long time, about I think 18 years now. And there's certain questions that always pop up all the time, and one question that I've been asked many times over the past is what's better to work out with, free weights or machines? And the answer is that really both have their pros and cons. So I figured I would talk about the pros and cons today, and then you can decide for yourself what's the best choice for you. So thank you, Jesse. So free weights, let's talk about those first. So what are some pros of free weights? So I'm talking about like dumbbells and stuff like that. So one of the pros is there's variation in exercises with minimal equipment. So with just a little bit of equipment, you've got a ton of exercises that you can do. So you have, a lot of different things. Whereas if you had a machine at home, there's really usually just one thing that machine is good for. So if you've got free weights, you've got a huge variety. Another good thing about free weights is you can train anywhere. So, anyone can buy a few sets of free weights and get a great workout with even just a couple of sets of free weights. So you can do that anywhere. You can do that at home. You can take your weights to the park. I used to teach a boot camp, and I had all of my participants bring their own weights, and we'd have a really good workout. You can take them with you when you travel if you want to. So very convenient that way. Another thing about free weights is it mimics real life movements. So with free weights, because you're free to move however you need to move, it allows you to move in a way that you would in real life. So in a way that your body is functional. Also forces you to use the smaller stabilizing muscles. So the benefit of this is that you're going to strengthen those little stabilizing muscles, which is going to be good for keeping your joints strong, for keeping your posture good, and all sorts of things. So it's important to train those smaller stabilizing muscle groups. So some cons with free weights. One of the biggest cons is it takes skill. So if you've never worked out before, it's not really safe to just grab some dumbbells and start working out because you do need to learn the skill of it. So if you are planning on working out with free weights and you've never worked out with them before, really good idea to hire a trainer, which means you're going to be investing some time and money into that. So if that's not an option, then free weights might not be a great idea. You can read about proper technique, just make sure you're getting it from good resources, not from somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. And you can't always rely on watching somebody at the gym and mimicking what they're doing and just assume it's correct. And even with YouTube videos, sometimes the technique is just not good. So you can't really rely on that. So you'd be looking at hiring a trainer just to be safe and do what you're supposed to be doing with your free weights. And Jesse, yeah, machines to start free weights when your form is solid. Absolutely, yeah. Hey Andy, how's it going? Hi Trisha. Another con with free weights is a higher risk of injury. So if you don't know proper technique, you don't have your form down, your form's not solid, you do risk injuring yourself. So there's definitely a higher risk of injury because you do have to use your body to stabilize, and you need to be moving properly through the range of motion in order to not injure yourself. You need to be doing it at a proper speed. There's all sorts of things that come into training with free weights. Hey Tony, hi Jay. So Jay, you got some great free weights at a yard sale. Oh, I did that once. I found some free weights at a yard sale. Free weights and a bench, like total score. It was awesome. brought all that stuff home. I used it for the longest time, actually. That's a great place to look for free weights if you guys are looking for some. Check out garage sales, check Craigslist. You can usually get a really good deal. Another con with weights, with free weights, is you're going to need a spotter if you want to train really heavy. So there's just certain exercises with free weights. If you're going to go heavy, you have to have a spotter for safety. So for instance, squats or a bench press. You don't want to be doing a bench press with a bunch of weight, get stuck and drop that bar on your chest. Okay, that's super dangerous. Same with squats. If you've got a lot of weight and you start to fail and you fall holding, super heavy weights across your back, you're looking at really bad injury. So you need to have a spotter, which isn't always possible if you don't have a friend that likes to work out or there's no one available at the gym to help you out. You're going to be stuck not being able to do the exercise that you want or waiting for someone to come and spot you. So that can be a little bit inconvenient. Hey Tom, how's it going? So let's talk about machines. So one of the pros of machines, easy to learn. So they pretty much have a fixed range of motion, so you almost can't go wrong. Once you get on the machine, it's going to be pretty obvious what to do with it, and also there's usually pictures with an explanation of what to do. So pretty easy for most people to learn. Definitely, if you're totally brand new, you might want to get a little bit of help, but you could still figure it out on your own if you've never had experience before. So it's not to say that it's impossible to misuse machines, because it is possible. I've seen it. But if you're sensible, you won't have a problem using the equipment properly. Another pro is no spotter required. So if you're wanting to do some heavy stuff, like I like to do heavy leg work, heavy leg presses, you can do that without a spotter. So I get on the leg press machine and I go super heavy. And if I happen to fail, not a big deal. I'm not going to injure myself badly. Worst thing that's going to happen is going to be a loud crash when the weights hit. But I don't have to have a spotter to do that. And when I work out at odd times. Depends on what my schedule is. So I don't have somebody with me to work out with. I would love to have a workout buddy, but reality, that's not going to work out. So with the machines, I'm able to go heavier when I need to and want to. Hi, Anne. How's it going? The machines also allow you to isolate muscle groups better. So the machine is what's keeping you stable while you're doing the exercise. So you don't have to stabilize yourself by using other muscle groups. So you're really just focusing on that primary muscle group that's doing the work, which it definitely has its pros, but it also has its cons as well. And mostly in that, if you are isolating muscle groups and you're not working the stabilizing muscle groups, then that can be a bit of an issue too. But a machine does allow you to really focus on one single muscle group without having to worry about anything. Oh, Anne, you're going to the gym now. Awesome. Can't wait to hear about your workout. Another pro, sorry, I just lost my place there. It's a great option for anyone who's doing rehab or for people who are not too fit. So if you're recovering from an injury, machines can allow you to work the muscles around the injury without aggravating the injury by working the muscles that are affected by the injury. So it allows you to, again, isolate certain muscle groups. For those with very little experience with fitness, when I had beginners, when I was training people, I would mostly put them on machines, and this is because it allows them to feel what it feels like to work a particular muscle group. Because if you're brand new to fitness and you don't know where the chest press is supposed to work, you don't know where you're supposed to feel it, if you get on a machine, you're going to figure it out pretty fast, because the machine is making sure that you've got the proper form, you're using the proper muscles, and it's kind of isolating that muscle group. So great for beginners. As I said, I would get them on there just to give them a chance to feel what it feels like to work a specific muscle group, so that when I gave them a more complicated exercise that worked the same muscle group, they knew what muscle group I was talking about. They knew what they should be feeling. So it can be really helpful in that way. Some cons of machines. Hi, Danae, how's it going? So one of the cons is the stabilizing muscles get neglected. So you're being stabilized by the machine, which is great to help isolate a muscle group. But if you're just using machines and you're never challenging those stabilizing muscle groups, you can end up with joint issues, certain weaknesses. It could create muscle imbalance, all sorts of things. So It is important to use those stabilizing muscle groups along with isolating them as well. So if it's just machines that you're doing, you're going to want to look at starting to add some free weight stuff as well. Hi, Aurora. Hey, Stephanie. The other one with machines, another con with machines is the movement is non-functional for the most part. So using machines can definitely help you get stronger, but the movement pattern doesn't really mimic real life range of motion. It's like when I'm on a leg press and I'm doing a leg press, the range of motion is slightly different than if I were to do an actual squat. So this means that you're going to be stronger, but not as functional as you could be. So if you're training for a specific sport, you wouldn't want to just rely on machines because, yeah, you're going to get stronger, but you're not going to be as functional for that specific sport. Another con is a false sense of security can lead to injuries. So you might be on this machine thinking, oh, the machine will keep me from getting injured. And you start loading up with tons and tons of weight and you go and do the exercise and all of a sudden you're injured because you were relying on the machine a little bit too much. You can still very easily injure yourself on a machine if you push too hard too soon. So they're not completely like foolproof for preventing injury. So it's still possible to injure yourself. Don't just think, oh, the machine will keep me injury free, because that's not always the case, unfortunately. And machines can sometimes be inconvenient. So if you work out at the gym during peak hours, chances are you're going to spend more time waiting for the machine you want than actually doing your workout. And I've experienced that before, and it's just frustrating when you use a piece of equipment and someone's sitting there and they're doing their workout. You can work in with people. People are usually pretty cool about letting you work in, but it's still a bit of a pain in the butt to have to kind of pause your workout to negotiate working in with somebody. So that can be inconvenient. And as for setting up your own home gym, it's not the best option for everyone due to the cost of the equipment and also the space that it takes up. So if you have a small apartment, you know, you're not going to want to take up all the space in your apartment with a bunch of gym equipment. So it's not always convenient. So machines or free weights? I use both. There's pros and cons to both. I use both because for certain things I need machines. Like I said, when I want to go heavy with my legs, you know, I'm going to get on a machine. I'm not going to go grab a bar and start doing squats with a ton of weight on it because I know that that's too unsafe to do on my own. But I also use free weights to work the smaller stabilizing muscle groups and, you know, for a variety and exercises that I want to do. Hey Karen, how's it going? Another thing I also use at the gym is cables. Love cables. So I mix it up quite a bit. A lot of that right now is thanks to my coach giving me these great workouts to do. I am loving it because, you know, when you're a trainer, yeah, you know the exercises, you know what you should be doing, but after a bunch of years of doing it, it's like, somebody just please tell me what to do. I want some variety. I want something different. So I've been mixing it up quite a bit. And the same goes with, you know, the type of training you're doing. So, you know, varying whether you're working with heavy weights, low reps, light weights, high reps, you know, that kind of thing. You always want to vary your workouts. And I like to change mine up. I actually, if I had my way, I'd be changing mine like every 4 weeks max because I tend to get a little bored a little too quickly with things. But you can keep doing the same workout for, you know, about 6 or so weeks. After that, you're going to want to change things up for sure, just so that you keep getting results. Because if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you eventually plateau and you're not going to see any more results. So you do want to mix it up every like 6 weeks, I would say. And, you know, for the boredom factor too, because I'm telling you, keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're going to start to dread that workout and it's going to be harder to get to the gym to do it. Hey, Jody, how's it going? Stephanie, you set up your own gym. It's nice to understand what a gym, yeah, it's nice to be able to set up your own gym. I've had, well, I have my studio, so I've got my own little gym there. The reason why I ended up joining the gym I'm at now, Ron Zalco's, is because I was given more exercises I needed to do that required more equipment. So I decided to join the gym, and it just happens to be the gym where I got my start as a trainer almost 18 years ago. And now I'm back there. Funniest thing too, I went in there and I looked around at the equipment. I'm like, it hasn't changed. It looks exactly the same. as when I was there almost 18 years ago, and it's all in awesome condition, and it's like time just kind of stopped. And it is an awesome gym. I can't say enough good things about it. There is everything there that you could possibly need or want. So I'm very happy with my gym. And it's been a long time since I've gone to a gym, and I can't even remember the last time I actually paid a gym membership, because I used to just work out at the gyms that I taught classes at. So now I'm paying a gym membership, so I'm all doing all that. But totally worth it. Totally affordable too. It's really not a big deal. Hey Darcy, how's it going? So that's just a little information about free weights and machines. So hopefully that answers some questions for you, gives you some ideas. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them. Or if you want to send me a private message to chat more, I'm always happy to chat. Yeah, don't be shy about it. I'm here to help if you need me. And I better go and get some stuff ready so I can go and teach my last class. And yeah, that's it. So have a great evening, guys. Talk to you again soon.